If I were a person who lived in North Korea and I wanted to leave, could I? Are people afraid to speak out against the upper elite and the regime?
There's a saying like North Korea is like a prison without a wall. I did hear from my mom when she was walking outside, she would just see dead bodies just piled on the side of the street because
If you have any spiritual sense, or if you believe in something beyond just this world, are you allowed to practice it? Or is it truly, purely atheist and are not allowed to practice any faith or religion or spirituality?
my mom did pass away from starvation when I was 11.
When you were 11?
Yep.
Is North Korea as bad as they say it is in the media and the news?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like when you say like a media, like
As what we see here in America on TV.
what specifically did you see?
Very starving people, very hungry people,
Oppressing regime.
oppressive regime.
Yep. And
That's the image.
yeah,
Is
yeah,
it true?
Absolutely. Yeah. So, though I wouldn't say entire North Korea is starving, right? Because I mean, obviously Kim Jong-un himself is not starving, right?
Right.
And people he's like showing they're not starving. So obviously that's not true. Because North Korea is actually a caste system, right? So there is upper class, middle class, and lower class. It's defined as a 성분. So 성분 is what defines your class. So if you were to be like landowners and businessmen back in the days, Kim Il-sung's era, then you have very bad 성분 because that's a capitalistic mindset. So your class is like very bottom. Whereas if you were to be in like if you were to fight with Kim Il-sung back in the days, then you're gonna be in a good class. So I would say starvations in the lower class, more of like in the rural areas of North Korea, not in the capital cities of like North Korea. Like Pyongyang is capital, right, of North Korea, and there is Hamhung, there is Cheongjin, there is Hariwon, and different cities are capital cities. So there isn't that many cases of starvation, though. From 1994 to early 2000, United Nations did estimate that anywhere between 300,000 to 2 million people were starved to death because of the Great Famine. North Korean regime calls it the arduous march. But yeah, they did die. And I did hear that from my mom too, is that like when she was walking outside, she would just see dead bodies just piled on the side of the street because, the hospital didn't have enough room to store dead bodies in there. So my mom used to tell me stories like that, but I personally haven't seen like people like starving to death in North Korea. Though my mom did pass away from starvation when I was 11.
When you were 11?
Yep.
If I were a person who lived in North Korea and I wanted to leave, could I?
You will not.
And why not?
So in order for you to travel within the North Korea, right, you need a traveling documents because the government is very oppressive, right? So they don't want you communicating with different towns, right? Because like, let's say what happens, there's a riot going on in this town and you witness that riot and go to the other town and say, hey, there is a riot, let's just go overthrow government, right? They can't, so they need to control that. Therefore, they wouldn't allow you to travel even within the cities. But traveling outside of North Korea, that's just another whole topic of impossibility, right? But there are people, like again, elites, right? So higher people, they come to China to study. They go to Russia and they go to like diplomats, for example, right? They travel freely outside of North, well, not freely, but I mean like they can travel. But as a person, like as a regular, like the middle class and lower class, you cannot leave North Korea. It's like, I mean, that's why there's a saying like North Korea is like a prison without a wall.
Yes.
Right. And for me personally, I escaped North Korea twice. Right. And I did so by risking my life. Like I honestly had no hope of living in North Korea. So, when I first got captured, I was sent back to North Korea. I went to North Korean defectors detention center where I was fed 150 kernels of corn per day. And there are people who's counting those corns as a job in that prison. And I used to work at coal mine for about a year as well. And while working in the coal mine, I've seen accidents happening, cave-ins happening, and And I thought to myself, you know what? It's worth for me to try to escape North Korea again than just dying here.
Yeah.
So it's worth dying trying than just dying here. So I did again escape North Korea back in 2011, and I came to China, and then from China I met a broker who helped me to escape from China to Southeast Asia, Thailand, and in Thailand I applied for a political asylum to United Nations, and United Nations gave me the opportunity to come to America. So. Beyond grateful.
That's what I mean, I know there's propaganda everywhere, but it sounds to me like the information I've learned about North Korea, what you just told me, is my impression of North Korea.
Yeah.
So those impressions of what you're telling me, you live there, are on the whole true.
Yes.
It's an oppressive for the bottom layer of people and the middle layer of people.
I mean, it's 100%.
It's true.
Yeah.
Are people afraid to speak out, like against the upper elite and the regime?
Yeah. So if you were to, I mean, that's the highest crime that you can ever commit, just questioning the morale of the regime and Kim Jong-un himself.
Yeah.
Right? Not just you, your 3 generations of your family will be executed. Yeah. Or thrown into like a prison camp for a life sentence. Yeah.
If you have any spiritual sense, or if you believe in something beyond just this world, are you allowed to practice it, or is it truly purely atheist and you're not allowed to practice any faith or religion or spirituality?
When people think about North Korea, they usually think of nuclear warheads, authoritarianism, and a heartless dictator. I'm making content because I want everybody to think of North Korean people. They are ordinary people who don't know how much better life could be. If you want to help me be a voice for voiceless North Koreans, I would love for you to support me on Patreon, where you can get early access to full-length videos, all sorts of fun pictures, outtakes, and other exclusive videos. Thank you, and I hope to see you there. That's a great question. So North Korea, Pyongyang, was once known as the Jerusalem of the East because there are so many Christians back in the earlier days in North Korea, before North Korea became North Korea. And now, as a regular people, you cannot practice religion. Though North Korean regime claims that they have state-run churches and people can go to churches, but those are for facade. Those are for fulfilling United Nations human rights, the quota, or like human rights, like the fitting into the frame. But culturally, there's a shamanism in North Korea. So we do believe in shamanism and people do shamanism. Other than that, no. If you were to get captured with a Bible in North Korea, 3 generations of your family will be sent to a political prison camp.
3 generations. But shamanism, which is a form of spirituality, is tolerated?
It is, yeah.
Because it's cultural.
Yeah, it is tolerated. It's still illegal.
It's still illegal or legal?
It's illegal.
Illegal.
Yeah,
to
it's
be
illegal
shaman as well.
Yeah,
okay.
to practice shamanism, but the regime tolerates it. Yeah.
So if you get caught being in shamanism, maybe
you can bribe it out.
You get caught with a Bible and it's 3 generations, or you're executed.
Yep. You personally, you will get executed.
You will get executed, and
your family will be sent to prison camp. Yeah.
Doesn't sound like a place I want to visit.